Hello everyone, my name is Melissa Charles and I'm with Desert Leadership and Desert Leadership University. Today our topic is building trust. How do you go about building trust when you don't have trust with somebody that is either new within your company or new in your personal life? I have 7 steps. Well, really, actually, there's 10 steps to achieve a win-win for yourself and for the person that you're trying to build that trust with. One is we have to listen empathetically. Do we know the difference between sympathetic and empathetic? Sympathetic is really quite basic. You're taking on their emotional state. You are, honestly, if they're crying, you're crying with them. You can totally put yourself in that person's shoes and all of a sudden all of their emotions become your emotions. Empathy is where we definitely can understand their emotional state, but we are able to stay within ourselves and not become their emotions. So we empathize with how that person must feel. We can understand how that person must feel, but we don't let those emotions overtake us. So obviously when we're, like we talked in a video before about active listening, building trust is also about active listening. Building trust is about being able to listen empathetically to the person or persons that are involved in that building of trust. We find out what is important to those other people. Whether it's one or it's several, you have to be able to understand that just as you have needs, they have needs as well. Third is we have to agree on a clear, common goal. Or goals, depending on the situation. If there's more than one, you both have to agree to what those goals are. And the way to do that is obviously being able to actively listen to somebody else. We can't just sit here and go, you know, this is what I think, this is what I feel, so therefore I'm right, you're wrong. That's not what we do. The way we do it is to say, you know what, I'd like you to listen to me, I'll listen to you. I'm going to put aside my feelings once I've told you what those are, and I'm going to be open to what you're saying and how you're feeling so that we can maybe come together and find those goals or the commonalities that we have so that we can move forward in building this trustful relationship. 4 is you want to avoid absolute statements. You don't want to ever give somebody that ultimatum of this is how it's going to be and I don't want to hear it. Because if you're doing that, then you really are not actively participating in trying to build this trust. You're not actively listening to the other person or other persons, and they may not be actively listening to you. 5, involve others that are infected. So if it's just you and one other person that are affected by the situation, then great. But if there are more people that are affected by what's going on in this lack of trustful relationship, then you need to make sure that those other people are there with you so that you all, no matter how many it may be, that you all can build a foundation of trust and work to building that trustful relationship. 6 is you want to make a consensus or collaborative effort to make decisions together. So that was a mouthful, so let me try that again. You want to make a consensus or a collaborative effort to making decisions together. 7 is you want to test the trade-offs and the compromises on the agreement. You've got to be able to understand, okay, this is what we've agreed upon. Now, how is that going to work? Is it going to work today? Is it going to work tomorrow? Is it going to work a week from now? You have to be able to make sure that whatever everyone agrees upon is something that isn't just going to work for the immediate time being, but also going to work 6 months from now. And come 6 months from now, are you guys going to be able to come together and redo some of the steps if you find that this only worked for this time, but now it's changed a little bit? So now we've got to make another effort to figure out how do we retool this to make it better for us in the long run. 8 is that obviously you want to look for similarities in areas of commonality. Everyone has somewhere that you can meet in the middle and say, this is our common ground. This is our safe zone. And that's what you want to do. You also want to avoid those win-lose situations or strategies, because it's human nature to always want to be the one that wins in the situation. It's just human nature. So what you want to do is you want to make the situation be about the win-win. Not every situation is about you having to lose or somebody else having to lose. The best situation is where I win and you win, and together we can be happy. 10 is the most common probably, but think of our problem, not my problem or your problem. So what I mean by that is we tend to, when situations happen, we as human beings always think of, how is it going to affect me? What is this going to do to me? At work, something happens, well, what's that going to do to my job? How is that going to affect me? Where does that put me? And we don't always think about the big picture, which is really not only how does it affect me, but how does it affect my teammates? How does it affect my relationships? How does it affect the other person? We always have to think about, how does it affect us, not just me? So hopefully that helps you a little bit with this, how to achieve a win-win situation. Again, keep in mind that I am going to continue to do videos. Hopefully, if you like them, you will go ahead and subscribe to my channel. Also, you can get more information at desertleadership.com. Or you can get more information also at desertleadershipuniversity.com. Don't forget to check us out on my YouTube channel. We also have a new YouTube channel that I'd love for you to check out as well. It's Desert Leadership University on YouTube, and also Melissa A. Charles, Desert Leadership. Thanks so much. I'll see you again soon.